And the player introductions are wrapped up. The start. Welcome, basketball fans. It's payday.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4-man position. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's George after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. George. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Lillard against Jackson. 6 to shoot. Lillard the pass to Jones. Leonard with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The tray. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. George looking around. Beyond the arc. Leonard against Jones. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A 3 from Morris. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jackson against Lillard. 3-pointer. And no good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside. Playing much more under control these days.
Lillard outside. Passes it to Nurkic. Outside, Covington. Shot clock at 6. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist from Covington. And it's 6 points for Nurkic.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
The pass to Leonard. From the wing. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Covington dishes to Powell. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Covington with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Lillard. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here is George. Jackson passes to George. It's good.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Lillard surveying the D. And Lillard throws it down.
And that's a special play coming from the 1 spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Here's Leonard. Portland making their last shot. And it goes down 2 points.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
Jackson against Lillard. Kicks to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got 8 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
George finds Leonard. Pass to Jackson. And here's George for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. Don't go anywhere, folks. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
They've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverley out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Beverley. And here's Kennard. He feeds it to Cousins. Bucket is good.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Here's Simons. And foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Hollis Jefferson finds McCollum. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Clippers in the lead. Upside Batum. Here's Man. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's McCollum. Got a hand on it.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverley is a great shot blocker.
Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Just 4 to shoot. Another shot. Stolen. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. And Portland with the change here, too. Now he's checked in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Simons. Cantor trying to free himself up. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Kennard finds Beverley. Fires for 3. And the Clippers miss again. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Simons surveying the D. Here's Cantor. A beautiful reverse layup. Cantor's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. That one, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. We've got 1:55 left in the first half of the game. McCollum dishes to Cantor. 6 on the shot clock, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Jackson against Lillard. Jackson passes to George. Jackson kicks to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum outside. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Clippers trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
George finds Jackson. Shooting foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Stolen by McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Jones, no luck.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. Yusuf Nurkic putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the 4 spot. George against Powell. A step-back shot here. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Second chance shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Now in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG? Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Well,
Wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
That
Kawhi's
is.
got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now Lillard, 6 points for him. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 9.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
George against Powell. And George kicks to Zubats. And the wide open shot from Morris. Sinks the triple. 5 points in the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside Covington. 5 to shoot. Beverly against Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubats. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. That one goes. Count it.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lillard against Beverly. It's stolen by Morris. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Over to the wing. In the corner, Kennard with it. Pass to Cousins. Clock at 6. Here's Mann. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Cantor finds McCollum. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The putback, it's good on the putback. And now a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Simons. Kennard covering. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. And the first one drops. And Cantor drops them both. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter of the game. Passes it to Kennard. Now here's Batum, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Left side, Batum. And the layup is good. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Jackson. The pass to Kennard. Takes the three. And Cancer pulls it down. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Cancer with it. Here's Powell. And that one released in time, but no good.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. The Clippers on top as they wrap up the third quarter on a 15-5 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Batum, Reggie Jackson out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. But they'll get another chance.
Good defense. Jackson could have passed out of it, but showing confidence in his jumper.
It's McCollum with the drive. Good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. It's Jackson with the drive. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Here's McCollum. Cantor trying to free himself up. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCollum. And here's Jackson with Samart. That one goes in, and the Clippers lead by 3.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
The 3 from McCollum. Simons, the pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Jackson. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Morris finds Leonard. The 17-footer. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Nobody near Lillard. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Clippers leading by 3 and stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Feeds it to Covington. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Powell against George. Pass to Beverly. Back to George. Pass to Zubac. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Jones dishes to Powell. Back to Jones. Powell kicks to Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Pass it to Zubac. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Stolen by George. Launches the three. Leonard controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Lillard against Beverly. Now, here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. He gets that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
George with the ball. Foul on him. Zubac finds George. It counts. And the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles.
A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
46 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. The three. And it's Lillard missing. The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Yeah, this isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? Their focus right now, every possession has to yield points.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Now here's Beverly. Down low. Here's Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself out. It falls!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Stolen by Beverly. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. mentally prepared to compete. You see the ball. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Richardson is out there with Doncic. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Doncic against Beverley, and that one is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is George. Leonard, no luck. And just about a minute into the first quarter.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season, was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back. And, you know, when Cousins is healthy now, this guy is a quality player. He's a big man that has a lot of versatility.
Doncic outside. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket of the game.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Beverley. Good work defensively by Richardson.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Good on the bucket.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Now, here's Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. It's blocked. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with the stuff.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Here's Doncic. Step back shot, and the shot goes down. Doncic has got 6. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys. There are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's George following the score by Dallas. To the paint. No good from Zubac.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Richardson gets a wide open look. It's good on the putback.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
1:07 left to play in the first quarter. George finds Leonard. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
And Doncic, here we go. Misses off the left iron. The Clippers trail. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. A three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And he makes that one.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Doncic looking it over. Here's Marjanovic. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Recently,
old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Burt. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. And here is Los Angeles now. The Mavericks making the shot. And stolen by Burke. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The Mavericks leading. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart. And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Kennard finds Patterson. The tray. Los Angeles with another miss.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Tough miss, especially since the defense wasn't that strong. I mean, he needs to cash in from there.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Kennard with the ball. Out defended by Cauley-Stein. Jackson passes to Oturu. Back to Jackson. Upside, Batum. That's tipped.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And that one's good. Burke.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. There's the pass to Oturu. Now Kennard, 6 to shoot. A three-pointer off the mark. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Back to Patterson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Oturu, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Such a wide open look. Burks got 9 points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Beverly kicks to George. Pass to Zubac. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Burke, the pass to Powell. Shoots over Cousins. Powell, that's good. Now it's a 6-point Maverick lead. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Outside, George. Good on the triple. 9 points in the game so far.
Nice release on the shot. George has put a lot of work into his mechanics. And I like the way he continues to impress from beyond the arc.
Now here's Burke. He's got 9. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nobody near George. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins in at the 5, down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
Well, I think you've got to like and appreciate the effort there, the hustle. George staying with the possession, then uses his length to finish off the miss.
Here's Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
On the wing, Morris. No good on the triple.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to man. Los Angeles with another miss.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got the lead up to 7 now for the man.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up, that's why he's boarding it well.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Dallas leading by 5. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. From downtown. Doncic, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And here's Morris for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. Here's the break. Back to Cousins. To the inside. And George with the stuff.
When George is this aggressive with his offense, it's a sight to behold when he gets rolling. Just get out of the way and let him have the marquee.
Here's Doncic. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. Here's Doncic. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Outside, George. There's 1:17 left in the third. In the corner, it's Morris. It's rebounded by Doncic.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Mann. Off target with his 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from George. Leonard attacking. It's rebounded by Dallas. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Out to Porzingis from the arc. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound, and he got it done.
Here's Richardson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Boy, Richardson has a lot of toughness. Remember, this is a guy who earned his spot in the NBA. Nothing has come easy for him.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Mavericks on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Hardaway. Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Powell in at the center position.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Jackson drives in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Jackson against Brunson. Inside, Powell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And the crisp passing
has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Kennard on the wing. Burke covering. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Kennard.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
Here's Brunson to the middle. Here's Powell, and the layup's good off the glass. Powell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Drops in the tray.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Brunson the pass to Burke. Stolen by Jackson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Mavericks leading by 10. Back to Cauley-Stein, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. The three from George. Good on the three-point shot.
George is really one of the most amazing players in the league, an all-NBA caliber player, and he's worked tirelessly on his shooting form, and now it's close to perfect.
Brunson against Beverley. Here's Porzingis. The pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Leonard dishes to George. Back to Leonard from deep. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And Redick kicks to Marjanovic. And the layup falls.
And he found a soft spot in the D on that possession.
1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Redick against George. Shoots over Marjanovic. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from George.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Redick against George. Down low. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Redick.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
And it's George missing. Now the Mavericks with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. They get the rebound. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. On deep. Paul George grabs the miss. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 8-point game.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 21 seconds left in the game. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
George passes to Zubac. Good chance here for George. The Mavericks pull it in. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. And in. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Porter, Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. George finds Leonard. Got that one up quick. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
George looking around. Leonard kicks to George. And the 3 off target. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Floats it up for Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic on an alley-oop. Sweet.
And it's the Clippers ball. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverley. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And here's George for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And Porter has such great athleticism, able to get up and throw it down.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line. And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Here's George following the basket by Jokic. To halt the run, and that'll be 2 free throws. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here is McGee. Kicks it out to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. They grab their own miss. Jokic, and it's blocked.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Here's Oturu. Denver grabs the miss. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jokic. Shoots over Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Floats it up for Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Patterson can't get it to go. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Nuggets. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Up again.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
1:22 left in the first. George dishes to Morris. It's stolen. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Harrison kicks the ball. Shoots it. Nice touch on the bank shot.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside, George. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bol, and the rejection by Cousins.
Offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now, here is Morris. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Chunchar. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Jackson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Nine seconds left here in the opening quarter. Off target at the rim.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Nuggets ahead. They're up by...
Selfless. I mean, you need to cure.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Paul Millsap out there at Bowl. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Junshar in at the 3. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Jackson.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Passes it to Junshar. Here's Bowl. Goes back up. Misses off the right eye.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. And his tonight has been high.
The shot's good from Kennard.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Morris passes to Millsap. Here's Junshar. And the pass to Harrison. Now here's Millsap. Kennard covering. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Floats it up for Jokic. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Morris outside. Millsap at the elbow. The feed to Bowl. And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Oh, that's blocked.
And they continue to control the glass.
Jumps up. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Nice to see Millsap sprint ahead on the fast break and get the easy look at the rim.
Jackson down low, covered by Morris. Jackson misses. The Nuggets leading by 10. Bull, the pass to Morris. Shakes him. Rebounded by Jackson. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Kennard finds Jackson. A 3 from Morris. Here's Cousins. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
So there's a lot of moves that Cousins can go with on the inside. If he doesn't back you down, he's got a fadeaway and a step back. Tough to guard on the interior.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 1:37 left now here in the second.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's Rivers. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Pass to Okuru. Back to George. 1:12 left to play in the first half. It's George on the wing. And it's Denver with the rebound. McGee's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
The Clippers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Rivers with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside Gordon. Pass to McGee. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
And here's George for 3. A shot off that time. And so it's Denver heading to the... Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shut up. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now he's feasting.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 5, down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Leonard draws the double. The 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball, and George with the stuff.
I always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Harrison kicks to Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic has got 12 in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch. How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Here's Harrison, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. Jokic inside. Working on Zubac. Count it. Good. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Gordon dishes to Porter. Back to Gordon. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Porter passes to Gordon. Zubac against Jokic. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Jokic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Beverly. George finds Beverly. Here's Oturu. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The high post shot. Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Harrison. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kicks it to Porter. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
At 6'10", 250 pounds. That's a big man out there, and he uses his size to draw the contact there. Nice job by Jokic.
Big group substitution here for Denver.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Kennard. Makes it off the glass. Kennard's got 5 now.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And here is Morris. Outside, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Outside, Jackson. Out to Morris. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Oh my, what a slam right at the buzzer.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
We've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Morris, Paul Millsap out there with Gordon. Then there's Bull, and it's Harrison in at the 2.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Morris finds Kennard. Here's the three. Millsap grabs the miss.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's Bull. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now Jackson. Basket counts.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. At the elbow, it's Gordon. Right side, Millsap. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Nuggets lead by 11. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic LU jam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Now here's Rivers. There's the dish to McGee. It's deflected, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers trail by 9. Beverly the pass to George. Count that one.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Rivers with it. Outside Porter. 1:36 left in the fourth. At the elbow, Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. But he stays with it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For Los Angeles, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Passes to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. From deep, George. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. He lobs it up, and it's McGee with the jam.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
George against Porter. And George, here we go. Up and in on the layup.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rivers against Beverly. Now here's Rivers. Defense is right there. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. And so here's Denver. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Beverly kicks to George. From deep three-point range, it counts. And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Chanshaw.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
But they get it back. So we see Denver get the win here. A narrow win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Nurkic, and it's Cantor in at the 5 spot.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Now the pass to Oturu. George against McCollum. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
inside. The shot's good from Cantor.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here's Zubats. Back to Beverly. Outside for George. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Lillard surveying the D. Lets the three fly. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Lock at 6. Pass to Powell. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Oturu. Outside, George. Deflects the pass. Lillard with no one around. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Pass to Oturu. Beverly against Lillard. Short. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Here's Simons. Anthony down low. Kennard covering. Unloads. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
Jackson with it. To the middle. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Trailblazers leading by 3. And there's the pass to Giles. Kennard against Anthony. Yep, that one goes in there.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Tips it up, and Covington stays with it.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Here's Jackson. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
McCollum outside. That will count. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland out in front, up by 4. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed.
This game, it's.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Flowers is out there with Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Jackson. And it's man in at the shooting guard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Now here's Anthony. Passes it to Giles. Unloads from 13. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Here's Kennard. Now the dish to Cousins. Nice move. And then Cousins with the dunk.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to Covington. Here's Simons. 6 to shoot. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shoots from 8. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Pass to Morris. Back to Jackson. Outside for Batum. Kennard on the wing. A steal. And the dunk by Covington.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Robert Covington. Jackson kicks to Batum. Kennard against Anthony. Outside for Jackson. At the elbow, it's Cousins. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Simons surveying the D. And Portland turns it over again. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Clippers trail. Now Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Up top, Leonard. Guarded by Powell. To the right side. Here's Oturu. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Beverly against Lillard. Beverly dishes to Leonard. To the inside. Zubac goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And now Portland on the break. Stolen by Beverly. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Trailblazers keep it alive. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
George passes to Oturu. Kicks it to Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
McCollum finds Canner. McCollum outside. A three-pointer is right on target. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
Here's George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
The pass to McCollum. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kicks it out to Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Here's Lillard to the paint. Portland moving the ball around. Nurkic finds McCollum. Three-pointer, Lillard. McCollum with the bounce pass. 5 on the clock. Here's Nurkic. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. That one drops for him. And now it's just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Powell. To the wing on the left. Lillard attacking. Got a piece of it. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody left. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Beverly against Lillard. The layup off target. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Passes to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Here's Kennard. Covered by Anthony. Kennard against Anthony. Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Brute strength of Cousins. Defenders draped all over him, and he simply brushes them off.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not a elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Simon. Bangs home the trifecta. Simons has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Jackson kicks to Cousins. Pass to Kennard. Back to Cousins. And he gets it to go.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside Anthony. There's the pass to Giles. Back to Anthony. Pass to Simon. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And here's Jackson. Down low. Misses the layup. 3/4 of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top. They finish off. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mann in at the 2.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
3-pointer, Lillard. Paul George grabs the miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Oturu's shot is off.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rebound by the Clippers. And foul on the... Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Passes it to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one.
A crafty lefty with tons of range. You can't take your eyes off Luke Kennard defensively.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Hollis Jefferson. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Los Angeles leading by 6. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Kennard. Shoots.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And that'll be 2. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfect. Won't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thank you, David. Here's Lillard, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks it.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
A beast on the dribble drive. You see Kawhi right there, undeterred by contact.
Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The feed to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pocket 4. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up.
And so they foul intentionally. .130 left to play in the final quarter. And the pass to Cousins. And George kicks to Cousins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 8. And McCollum puts up a deep 3. A three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Portland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Buries the long-range jumper.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard looking over the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Fires top of the key. Yep, right through the net. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And you love that about Kawhi. After he makes a shot, he gives you the poker face. Just goes about his business.
29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Oturu. He's covered by Cantor. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Both free throws good from Beverly.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Here's Simons. And a missed layup. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was all right, David. Thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The city of Dallas. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports. D8.
Hey, Kevin, the Maverick.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for the Mavericks, they've got Richardson. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Marjanovic kicks to Richardson. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Pass to Beverly. Up top, Porzingis. And he converts the layup.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
And here's Beverly. Pass to George. Dishes it to Leonard. Second chance effort. Connects on the 17-footer.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Doncic looking it over. In the corner, it's Richardson. Pass to Marjanovic. Dallas moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Here's Doncic. That shot misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Leonard gets it to go.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Now the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Richardson. It's hauled in by Beverly.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. And Leonard has it in the corner. It's George on the wing, guarded by Doncic. Porzingis with the block.
This guy is showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Richardson, good. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Now here's Porzingis and another basket for Dallas.
How about the shot mechanics of your 7-footer? Kristaps Porzingis is efficient in catch and shoot.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Will it go? And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Now here's Brunson. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleba's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Morris is checked in for Leonard. Dallas leading by 5. The shot by Kleba, wide open. No good with the triple. And now the Clippers on the break. Kennard for 3. Oturu, nice persistence to chip it back up and in.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Kennard finds Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Here's Oturu. And it's off from three-point range. Dallas leading by 5. Powell dishes to Hardaway. Powell trying to free himself up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jackson down low. Brunson covering. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Jackson.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Outside Hardaway. Now Brunson. He dishes it to Powell. No good on the shot, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Outstanding timing from Powell. Rises up for the forceful alley-oop.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jackson misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
You have got to commend Powell on his positioning. I'll tell you, he buries himself deep, and he's going to Sky for that slam dunk.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Brunson.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Powell. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Clippers trail by 9. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Outside for Jackson. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 1:32 left in the second quarter. Misses from close range.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Burke, the pass to Brunson. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Takes a 3. Here's Batum. Nails the baby hook. Batum's got 4 this quarter.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
Here's Brunson. 6 points for him. Here's Burke. Morris with the rebound. Kennard finds Morris. A 3-pointer off the mark. One-on-one here. Here's Burke. Up again. It's good on the putback. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And so it's Dallas looking at a 13-point lead heading into...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The period came to a close with them holding a... Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Dallas leading by 13. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Richardson's got the first points of the second half here for the Mavs. Now the Clippers with it. Now here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Richardson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Richardson's got 6 points.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 17. Here's George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Here's Doncic. Nice move.
Well, this guy is so effective with the pump fake. Luka Doncic gets the defender off his feet. Beautiful.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game. No good on the free throw. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Left side, Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Launches it. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Richardson. Redick's got his first 3 points of the game. Clippers trail by 16. Outside, George. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Richardson outside. Outside, Redick. No good from outside. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And finished off by Leonard.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Clippers trail by 12. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And Hardaway is subbed in for J.J. Redick. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front.
And here we go, the coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Oturu, the pass to Kennard. Puts it up from 15, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Oturu's got his second basket.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Hands it from downtown. Hardaway has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, we know that Tim Hardaway Jr. can space the floor. You don't want to allow him to start cooking.
pass to Kennard. For three. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Brunson. Offensive rebound. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Dallas with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Dallas, they got Porzingis, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley Stein comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Maxi Kleber in for J.J. Redick. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Oturu with the rebound. Oturu's got 4 rebounds now tonight. That's a 2 from Kennard. Batum finds Kennard. It's good from long range. Kennard's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Los Angeles. Hardaway passes to Brunson. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's denied. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Pass to Kennard. But they recover it. Off target with his 3.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Yep, it counts.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Dallas leading by 13. Pass to Brunson. Cauley Stein. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Stolen by Brunson. Powell with it. Passes to Kleber. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. Oturu's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Kennard for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Doncic against Beverly. Doncic left side. Count it. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Back to Beverly. Outside for George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beverly, the pass to George. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass fake. And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks leading by 14. Shoots a three. Marjanovic, no good for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below! Wow. Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Puts it up. The offensive rebound. Porzingis on the follow.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Nobody near George. Misses the three.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Finney-Smith. That one wide left. And here are the Clippers now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter, and it's Leonard missing. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. The pull-up. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good moments throughout the... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's...
side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting 5. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Denver, we've got Monte Morris. Jokic is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Gordon in at the small forward position. 5 to shoot. From deep, George. Denver grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Beverly against Morris. To the inside. Here's Jokic. Oh, that was huge!
Incredible.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Passes it to Oturu. Leonard looking over the floor. Deflected by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center. A bit of a rut here early. Just 1 of 4 so far.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Denver shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And Porter drops them both. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. George up top. And the pass to Oturu. Shoots over McGee. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, Porter working very hard to keep the play alive and come up with some point production.
George against Porter. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Morris. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Batum's checked in. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys, I think, that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Outside, George. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control even at full speed.
Here's Harrison, defended by Beverly. Stolen by Beverly. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. The 3 from George. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. No good on that one.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic was playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Rivers with it. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Outside Jackson. With 2 seconds left, and it's sent back by Millsap. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nuggets lead by 1. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Batum, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
It's stolen by Green. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Rivers in for Morris.
Such a power player is Cousins. Fantastic. Fighting his way through whatever kind of challenge the defense wants to throw at him.
Floats one. Rivers, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Nuggets have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Jackson misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Cousins. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Yeah, Cousins determined to finish that time any which way he could, sprinting up the court whenever he's got a chance.
Rivers surveying the D. Here's Harrison. Back to Rivers. Clock at 6. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. McGee's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Kennard. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Kennard's shot is off.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Cousins. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Rivers gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, some agility shown by DeMarcus Cousins, even at that size, can still get on up. Rivers
against Jackson. And here's Rivers trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Batum. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now here's Rivers. Pass to McGee. Patterson bringing the double. Here's Rivers. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Chanchar, the pass to Harrison. Now Rivers. Inside, Millsap, count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Smart play on the pick and roll, which opens up some room for the easy basket for Millsap.
59 seconds left to play here in the half. And Jackson throws it down hard. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Rivers with it. And that one, good. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from him. Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Passes it to Harrison. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
17 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jackson. For the 3. No good on that one. McGee with no one around. No good on the last second attempt there. And
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been quite a game for JaVale McGee.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Monte Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. Morris looking over the floor. And there's the pass to McGee. Shoots over Zubac. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Yeah, Jokic is not the quickest guy off the floor, but he uses his body well and great timing to get the offensive rebound.
Leonard dishes to Beverly. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That's a pretty smooth release for a 6'10" center on the perimeter.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. 90 seconds now into the second half. Here's Oturu. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Morris against Beverly. Morris kicks to Jokic, and it's good for 2. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
Beverly, the pass to George. He can't hit that time. And Denver the other way now.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Bull. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Porter. Over Kennard. And there's Porter on the assist by Jokic. Porter's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there. One of his better qualities as a passing big.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Morris outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It's kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Morris against Jackson. The pass to Jokic. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Outside Leonard. Back to Kennard. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Nuggets leading by 3.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
And he banks in the layup.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Pass to Jokic. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Morris against Jackson. There's the feed to Cousins. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. McGee with the block. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Jokic is running. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. It's Rivers on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. Outside for Millsap. Shot clock at 5. Back to Harrison. No good on the triple. Clippers trail by 3 for the finish. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
And here's Rivers. Floats it up for Millsap. Stolen by Jackson. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nuggets lead by 1. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And that one's good, George.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Rivers against Beverly. Rivers kicks to Harrison. Oh, went in there. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Millsap trying to get open. They get the rebound. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Yeah, Millsap a little bit gritty there. Good to see him go in and hit the glass.
Now here's Beverly. Nobody near George. Nailed from three-point land. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Chunshaw. Covered by Morris.
Timeout,
Denver
timeout.
calls timeout. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, when Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout, he is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Outside, George. Pass to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Zubac with it. Jokic defending. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. Morris right side. Pass to Jokic. He dishes it to Gordon. Over Leonard. Here's Porter. Lays it up and banks it in.
And it's clear Porter is a gutsy guy. Someone who enjoys taking and making huge shots for his team.
Porter against George. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Cousins trying to free himself up. No good from Zubac. Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Morris is checked in for Los Angeles.
Well, Jokic needed it, and he got it.
Outside Leonard. there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Zubac finds George. Zubac trying to break loose. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from George.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Now Morris. Right wing. Jokic inside. Working on Zubac. The Clippers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Morris passes to Leonard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Nuggets making a change here. McGee's checked in. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Rivers, he's checked in for Denver. Outside, Porter. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
George with the ball. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Here's Zubac. It falls. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Rivers against George. Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beverly wide open. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulations. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. So the Clippers win the tip. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Los Angeles calls timeout. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Marcus Morris. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So for the Clippers right now, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubac in at the 4. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Los Angeles on D. Jokic kicks to Porter. McGee inside. He's guarded by Cousins. McGee's shot is off. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Beverly finds Cousins. Clippers moving the ball around. A 3 from Leonard. But they'll get another chance. George. Five on the clock to take the lead. Morris with the rebound.
Well, he usually knocks those shots down with ease. Defense got very fortunate there as they gave him way too much room to get that one off.
And easy to understand why many believe Porter is the complete package. Skilled at making the correct pass.
Outside Leonard.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Morris outside. He kicks to Gordon. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Rebound by the Clippers. Cousins has got his 6th rebound on the night. The shot by George, no good. 1:11 left to play in the first overtime. Here's the pass to Jokic. Morris outside. Up top corner, defended by George. Here's McGee. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Porter against George. Yes! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Outside Gordon. Kicks it to McGee. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. There's 10 seconds left in overtime. George against Porter. Right side Leonard. From deep, George. Oh, that shot at a chance, but no good. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.